Hi everyone, this is Tracy from Cheeky Journals. Welcome back to my channel. Today I've decided to record my first page working in this beautiful book by Davenport. It's called Whimsical Girls, and this is an art journal where you are supposed to try and create during the week, even if it's for 5, 10, 15 minutes every day. And by the end of it, you should have done more or less an hour each week being busy creatively. And I thought this was such a good idea. I love the artwork in here, and I especially got it to just experiment in practice shading and where highlights should be going, and also just trying out different color combinations. So this is completely experimenting. I'm not trying to create masterpieces, and I'm not putting any pressure on myself. I'm just releasing myself, having fun, going with the flow, and if it comes out looking terrible, I'm completely fine with it because I have learned something from this process. I do think that in today's life we are putting too much pressure on ourselves, and we're seeing other artwork that is absolutely gorgeous, and we are trying to create or replicate exactly what they've done. And if you have not done it, then you feel that you have failed, and in my eyes that is not true. We should be not concentrating on that. Let all of those preconceived notions go and just embrace the whole process and go for it. So I'm using some of Jane Davenport's paints. This is from her first release. She brought this set out. It's got some skin tones, and I'm just using, I think it's the lighter shade of that set, and I'm just creating a base color. Everything that I'm using in this video, you don't have to use exactly that same product. You definitely can find alternative products. Whatever you've got on hand, just use that. I'm continuing now with some of the Jane Davenport paints. I'm going to be using this purple, and I'm going to be adding it to one of the girls' hair, and I'm just going in very roughly, trying to cover some of it but not all of it. I still want to leave some of it open. This is just also base. I'm going to go in light with pencil to create more interest and depth to the face and the hair. I'm also going to be using the pink for the other girl's hair. going in with some Prismacolors now, and I'm using different colors and just trying to build up some shadows and put some shading in, try and give the face more dimension. I'm using a variety of colors from dark skin tones, light skin tones, to even using some purples in there. That's a very good color to use for shadowing. And I'm going in very lightly. I'm definitely not an expert when it comes to putting down shadows and things like that, but that's one of the reasons why I got this book, and I am going in very lightly and building it up until I'm happy with it. I know some people can go in very heavy and that looks gorgeous, but I just don't have the courage to do that yet. It's easier for me to build it up and see where it goes. It's so easy to add more color, but it is a little bit more difficult to take it away. It is definitely not impossible, and you can do it. If you have added very harsh colors and you don't like the result, then just go over it again with the paint that you've used for the base color. That should cover it, and you would be able to start again with a blank canvas and build up the color. The Prismacolors are a beautiful pencil to work with, especially on top of this paint. It takes the pencil so well, and it's a very soft pencil. If you haven't worked with it yet, it blends out beautifully, and it's just a dream to work with it on this paint. But you can definitely use any other pencils that you've got on hand. It's just basically a personal choice. Now I'm going in with some of these palette pastels, and I am just using the pink to add in some cheek color, and I'll also be going in with the purple just to put more definition on those shadows, and even going in with some of those skin tones just to smooth things out. They are gorgeous, these palette pastels, and I would really recommend getting some of them. I am looking at getting some of her other palettes. She's got 4 in total, and then she's got 2 smaller ones, and I really think that they are lovely to work with. You can apply them with button blenders, which I'm doing now, and that's my favorite tool to use. But you can also use beauty blenders, makeup sponges, paint brushes, your fingertips. Really, you can use so many things to apply them, and with each one you will get a different effect and result. I'm continuing with the Prismacolors. I'm using a very deep red, and the second color I'm going to use is a dark purple color, but it's got some pink tones in it as well. I think it's called Mulberry, and I'm just going in certain spots and making it a little bit darker, doing some loose lines and just creating more interest in her hair and more dimension. I am going to continue doing the same thing with the girl with the purple hair, but I'll just switch out my colors to a blue and a purple. I'm so sorry, my battery died and I didn't realize it, so I continued working on the girls, and I have used a koi coloring brush pen, and you can activate it with water, and I've used that for the eyes. And then for the lips, I have used some mermaid marker in the color Lobster. I have applied this to acrylic block. You don't have to use an acrylic block. You can use a plate or anything that's got a smooth surface like glass, and I've applied the lobster to the acrylic block and then applied it with a paintbrush. This is just basically giving it a lighter effect, and that's what I've used for the lips. I'm using this white Uniball Signo gel pen. It's the broad one, and I'm just adding some white highlights and just clearing up and sharpening up those eyes. This pen's got a beautiful opaque white color, but you have to clean the nib on a regular basis because it can get all clogged up, and then it works, then it doesn't. But if it works, it's absolutely gorgeous. Now at the back of the book there's these beautiful collage papers. I am going to be using the papers, tear them apart and turn it into clothing. I'm going to adhere it to the page with some matte gel medium. I'm adding these collage stickers there at the top. I think it was a little bit of a waste, so it's a lesson that I've learned out of it, because I'm going to create a background with this dark navy paint, and when you go over those collage pieces you really don't see them. All that they've done is created a little bit of texture, but I would have gone maybe over it with a lighter paint, or just leave it out in total and add some right at the end. today was definitely not my day for recording because I accidentally pressed the record button twice, and I'll quickly give you a lowdown and just explain to you what I did. I have used a stencil. It's got mermaid scales on it. I got it from one of those Jane Davenport paint sets, and I've just used some white paint and stenciled it on there. And I've used the same paint, and I've just gone around the girls to bring them out a little bit more. And I'm adding those collage stickers there since that's what I wanted from the beginning. And that's it, guys. I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next. Bye.